It's afternoon, so good afternoon, Chair and Commissioners. My name is Avery Chumbley, and I appreciate the opportunity to provide some oral comments today. I'll be commenting on Makana ʻOlu Partners LLC Surface Water Use Permit Application number 2207 and number 2208N. First, I want to make it clear that I am here today in my individual personal capacity representing Makana ʻOlu Partners, not as a representative of or employee of any other organization. Makana ʻOlu Ranch, hereinafter called MOR, accepts the recommendations as it relates to conclusions of law number 300, found on pages 436 to 444 in the hearings officer's proposed decision and order. At this time, MOR will operate within the parameters as recommended. However, as future needs increase, MOR reserves the right under its recognized appurtenant rights of 5,069,000 gallons per day to seek an amendment to its surface water use permit to increase its volume of permitted surface water use on the property. Based on the record as documented in this contested case, I do believe, as the hearings officer Miike has found, that our use of surface water is a reasonable and beneficial use as defined under HRS 174.3-C of the Water Code, and ask that you grant our allocation of 138,200 gallons per day. Further, MOR reserves the right to seek a future change in stream source delivery from the current Wailuku River through the Wailuku Water Company system of the Waikuku ditch connecting to reservoir number 10, located on Kuikahi Drive, and then via an underground pipeline to MOR property. This reservation would be to submit a stream diversion works permit for a diversion intake directly off of Waikuku Stream. For the record, I would note that Waikuku Stream runs through the MOR fee simple property, and therefore the riparian right could be claimed as the stream source for the delivery of the recognized appurtenant rights water. As noted in our MOR exceptions filed on January the 8th, 2018, we reserve the right to respond to any other party's exceptions or comments that may impact MOR interest. To that reservations, I would like to provide rebuttal comments to the exceptions filed by the Hui Nova Eha and Maui Tomorrow Foundation's legal team. The Hui and Maui Tomorrow claim through their attorneys that the proposed allocation to MOR is one of 4 allocations in a group it characterizes as major diverters whose allocations are inflated. Worthy of note is that of the 79 permit applications that were given a proposed allocation, 32 or 40% received an allocation greater than MOR. It is very odd that such a small volume of 138,000 gallons per day makes MOR a major diverter. They claim the allocation would contravene the reasonable and beneficial standard of the Water Code by giving MOR water to shoot out of the water cannon. The 2 most common definitions of a water cannon are, number 1, a device that ejects a powerful jet of water typically used to disperse a crowd, or number 2, a large truck-mounted nozzle for directing a high-pressure stream of water, as at a crowd of riders or demonstrators. There are 4 basic recognized methods of irrigation. They are surface flood, sprinkler, drip trickle, and subsurface. MOR does utilize a subsurface pipeline distribution system that connects to a reel irrigator that is pulled out and retracts back under its own water pressure power with a sprinkler head to disperse the water. This reel irrigator device is commonly used method throughout Hawaii and is a standard across the nation. It is not a water cannon, as we've seen being used in the riot conflicts in Hong Kong and as alleged in their exceptions. The Hui and Maui Tomorrow ask that you reduce the small allocation given to MOR under the proposed decision in order by 131,450 gallons per day. That would be a 95% reduction, leaving MOR with a mere 6,750 gallons per day to use over the recognized area of 50.69 acres with the pertinent rights. This clearly feels like a lash out and a retaliation against me personally as the president of ʻOlu Water Company, and not a rational claim of a legitimate exception against the MOR, special use permit application. I would note that of all the surface water use permit applications in this case, and those with a recognized pertinent right, the contested case record documents that MOR has the single largest provisional recognized pertinent right of 5,069,000 gallons per day, with a very small proposed allocation of just 2.7% of that right. I've attached a graph and a backup of some numerical data to visually show you the top 10 recognized and pertinent rights and their proposed allocations to demonstrate the actual percent of allocation to the pertinent right. In conclusion, I ask that you grant surface water use permit to MOR as proposed in the DNO and acknowledge that the two future reserve rights that I have noted, one of a possible additional increase in the future, second, a change in a possible source delivery point under the permit. Thank you.
No, I didn't get one. I'm peeking at his, but it's okay. Yeah, go ahead. I can ask you questions. I copy my neighbor's answers all the time. I'm wondering, Avery, how do you, this number here, 5,069,000, you're saying is an attached to a recognized and pertinent right?
I could explain that.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that methodology.
The parcel of record, the TMK, is 67.9 acres. Within that TMK, there were 23 of the 26 land commission awards that were recognized to have used water at the time of the LA. That's 50.69 acres of the total 67 acres that had a water use at Mahale. It's kind of a very unique property with a long land commission awards. There were, I believe, over 300 employees on the property at one time.
Does your use include a hoy?
No.
And are you farming taro there now?
No. Yeah, no taro. It's a ranching operation.
Oh.
We have cattle, horses, goats, sheep, vegetable crops, fruit crops, horses, and cattle.
And are you making use of the traditional way?
There is no traditional way on it now. There was an old one that ran through the property, but it was abandoned years ago. Right now, the water comes through a pipe system.
Again, one of the issues I think we're struggling with is we know there's many pertinent rights that may not be claimed right now, that might be claimed in the future. And you specifically have requested that we keep in mind that you have much more important rights that you're actually utilizing. As a commissioner, how do you actually plan in the future when you know that there is a future unknown demand while there's already an existing demand on the water sources right now?
I think that that's one of the challenges that this commission is going to have to deal with, and maybe an approach to it would be that in your decision of the allocation of the quantity of water to the applicants, you've got to leave some volume left in the stream for future use, or acknowledge that at some point in the future, as more pertinent rights come forward and they're recognized, that maybe the IIFS needs to be reduced to accommodate those needs.
Although if we were following, let's say, the precautionary principle, that would argue that we want to really increase the IFS right now to be able to be flexible enough to deal with demands in the future.
I think if you try to increase the IIFS too much, you're going to have the tail chasing the dog. And the reason I believe that is that we've seen climate changes, we've seen decrease in rain, we've seen stream flow, drop over the last 10 to 20 years. And from my personal opinion, I think it's going to be very difficult unless the streams are at a Q50, Q70 point, Q50, Q40 point, at a higher flow to be able to meet some of the allocations right now. Okay, thank you, Chair.
What is your vision to go from your current usage to the 5 million gallons that you're asking the commission to reserve for you?
I'm not necessarily asking you to reserve the 5 million gallons for me because I don't think I need that much. I think that in the future, as I'm able to increase pasture irrigation, that my demand will go up from 138,000 to something greater than that. If you look at a 2,500 gallon per acre for diversified ag on 50 acres, we're still way over the 138,000 gallons. It'll never reach the 5 million point, but it will go up at some point in the future.
Should that be sort of a fairer threshold, is not the 5 million, but something that you would visionary are planning for?
I think, Commissioner, there's a distinction between the recognition of the appurtenant volume right and the quantification of the permit itself, the allocation amount. The recognition of that appurtenant right is there. If this commission adopts the decision in order, that property has a recognized right. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get that much. The permit may be significantly less, and in my case, it's only 2.7% of that recognized right.
Avery, reflecting on your comments to Commissioner Buck, it almost suggests that we're already overdeveloped for the amount of resource we have, which is likely going to get less.
That's a possibility.
So what gives you cause or to contemplate new and additional uses?
For myself personally, because there is sufficient water in the Waikapu stream flows right now, or there's sufficient water from the pipe system that I'm getting right now. And my additional use is not significant. As I explained to Commissioner Kariyama, it's not going to go to 5 million gallons. It may double, it may go to 300 or 400,000, but it'll never go to 5 million. Thank you.
Thank you.